I guess I got raided by some Notsees? Pro-Zionism. I grew up as an evangelical right-winger. This is my last episode before I go to Hulaween this year in Live Oak, Florida. God's country. Austin's Coffee. Moving. Tearing down the old building. The building, my last serious relationship I met at Austin's Coffee. Here's the video of Bushwick Bill of the Ghetto Boys playing at Austin's Coffee. Full Sail University.
Full Sail University is at the center of a newly unsealed whistleblower lawsuit.
No Kings rally. It had 7 million people show up.
The Hijack with DJ Zwayne on the N.FM.
The N.FM, I am DJ Zwayne. This is The Hijack. Thanks for hanging out. We're just doing a little testing with all of the new stuff that we have going on. We have a couple shows that we do around here. And, well, these kinds of shows take a bunch of different things that we need to do and need to test. And that's why I'm doing this show. Also, I have a bunch of stuff that I wanted to talk about, and I just didn't have a place to do it. Because right now, the show that we are doing next, tomorrow, it has taken up a lot of my time. It's called the Sanford Sit Down, and we're just trying to get it streamlined. It always takes a little bit of time to get a new show started, get a new show on the road, as they say. And yeah, so I'm kind of working out the kinks with the new system, the new streamlined system to get everything done the way that I wanted to do it. Because, like I said, if you don't organize yourself on this stuff, you're going to spend a lot of time doing stuff that could have been done in half the time. So, thank you for hanging out. My name is DJ Zwayne. In case you have not noticed, I am the host. We have a few things to talk about. One of the things that caught me by surprise was yesterday. I guess I got raided by some Notsees? Yahtzees? I guess I'm not allowed to say that word. Yahtzees? Schnazzies? Whatever. So these dorks, they found my YouTube, I guess. They put it in a Reddit thread or something, and some of their homies, I guess, came by and kept asking me things. Asking me things like, how do I feel about Jews? And how do I feel about black people? I'm like, what is going on right now? What gave these people, this is my first thought, what gave these people the idea that I was going to be one of them? My next thought is, oh, these guys are, immediately was like, oh, okay, these guys are just trolls. Okay, got it. And it dawns on me that these people are coordinating to come on somebody's live and just be edgelords. I don't know what they were trying to accomplish, but it took them a little bit to realize that they were not very bright. So it took them a little bit to realize the fact that I just don't care. It's kind of sad, honestly. I think, and this is the only thing that I can think of. The only thing that I can think of is that there has been an influx of people that are not people that think that because I am pro-Palestine that I am anti-Judaism. And I am no more anti-Judaism than I am anything else. Christianity, any of that. I'm an atheist, so like to me, whatever. As long as it doesn't infringe on my rights, I don't care. Zionism, however, which is completely different from Judaism, is actually what I don't like. That's what I hate. So when these schnazzies decide they're going to be showing up on my socials and saying unsavory things, you would think, I guess you don't think that it would take them this long to figure it out, but thankfully they're no longer the issue. But the only thing that I can think of that triggered that was the fact that I said that I was pro-Palestine and that I talk shit about Zionism. Very, very weird. We're going to talk a little bit about Palestine here at the end of the show and all of the things that have happened, because we had my buddy Remy here, and he was really really insightful. Actually, I probably credit Remy for being the person that really got me informed about Palestine to the point that now I am anti-Zionism, and I grew up very much pro-Zionism. I grew up as an evangelical right-winger, and I went from that to, well, now I'm basically a communist. So, and it's not a scary word. It is to people that mistake communism for what they've seen in places like Venezuela or Cuba or anything like that. I mean, there's definitely bad examples, but I could give you a bad example of capitalism. Like here. I mean, here. We have a president that is currently demolishing one part of the White House, like a historical part of the White House, to put together a ballroom when people can't even afford insurance, when people can't afford groceries. It's cartoonish. It's literally the cartoon version, and I've said this before, of what I thought was going to happen. So either way, this is very much a train of thought type of thing. I have a few things that I want to talk about, but this is very much a train of thought type situation here. But first, this is my last episode before I go to Hulaween this year. Hulaween 2025 is upon us, ladies and gentlemen. It is upon us, and for that reason, I will be incommunicado from a week from today, like right now, 166 hours from today. I will be in Live Oak, Florida, God's country. This is Thursday, 10:30. I'm going to get there on 10:29. And String Cheese Incident is kicking off their first set with the Heavy Pets playing the first set for Hulaween at the Hollows, which is the second main stage, I guess you could call it. Wonky Willa. I don't know. I've heard of Wonky Willa, but I'm excited. Jade Cicada, Mersive. I'm going to be there for that for sure. Mersive is going to be, and Tape B. Oh my God, and Tape B, B2B Mersive. I'm going to be there for a minute. That's going to be at the Hollow stage. Okay, the Hollow stage has not been my favorite stage to watch a show in, just because of the fact that there's just not the sound is typically not the greatest. But I think they fixed it last year. If I recall. So I guess I'm going to be spending a lot of times at the Hollows, but let's see what else is going on. Future Joy at 4:45. I cannot miss Future Joy. West End is going to be playing. Excited about West End for sure. Disco Lines. Disco Lines is playing on Thursday. I figured they'd be playing way later. Like I figured with No Broke Boys being out. Like that's a track. I mean, I play that track everywhere now. And it pops every single time. And they're playing at the amphitheater stage? That's weird. I figured they'd be playing. Well, that's cool. I mean, look, I like it. It's a more intimate. The amphitheater stage is probably my favorite stage. Maybe. West End. So a lot of electronic this year. Mo is going to be there. That's going to be good. Mo's going to be good. The infamous String Dusters. That sounds like a jam band if I've ever heard of one. This is all at Spirit Lake. The Spirit Lake stage is pretty dope, so I'm happy about that. So that's Thursday. Friday, Gilberto 77. I don't know who that is. Pigeons playing ping pong. I'm gonna be at the Meadow for Pigeons playing ping pong for sure. String Cheese Incident, the Friday night set, the Friday evening set, because they're gonna do an 8:45, and then Elenium. Ooh, Elenium. Let's see, Disco. Sun Squabby, the Disco Biscuits. Oh, the Disco Biscuits is going to be good. Are they doing two sets? That's interesting. LS Dream and Closey, so they're going to be doing that. That's going to be Diggable Planets. I am going to be so at Diggable Planets. So the Disco Biscuits, I'll catch their 7:45 set, and then I'll go check something else out, and then at 10 I will go to Diggable Planets. I think that's the way that's going to go. Oh, Anderson Paak, DJ Pee Wee, that's going to be a good set at the amphitheater stage. That's going to be fun. And then Tin Liquor DJ set, okay. Tractor Beam. And then there's surprise sets at 2:45, and that's at where? Oh, that's the off limits stage. Okay, so that's the late night stage. That's gonna be fun. That's gonna be fun, and that's Friday. Now Saturday, November 1st. Let's see who we're obviously String Cheese. Parcels, that's gonna be cool. I'll be checking out Parcels for sure. Frank Moody. Let's see who else. Dr. Fresh for sure. Zed's Dead probably. Zed's Dead's fine. They're cool. Let's see. Afro Beta for sure. The Schnozberries, absolutely. Gorgon City for sure. Dogs in a Pile, what? Yes. And then surprise sets from 2:15 to 3:40 a.m. I need to find out. I'm gonna try to summon my my industry homies. Maybe they can give me a quick one to let me know who's playing. Let's see. All right, Shadowgrass. So Sunday's really my chill jam band set. J-Rad's gonna be there. That's gonna be good. A-Trip. All right, cool. I could get into some electronic at the end, maybe at night, maybe like a little bit of a. Last year, I got down at on a Sunday night, so that was pretty cool. And then surprise sets end at 10:30 p.m. So obviously because everybody's leaving on Monday during the day. Ugh, that's gonna be. I can't wait. All right. Oh, one of the things I forgot to show you. People ask me all the time when it comes to Hulaween. They ask me, what is it like? Well, this band String Cheese Incident plays 5 or 6 shows throughout the weekend. They are the main band, but they have other people. And here's a video that I took during their one of my probably what I would call my favorite set of theirs. My favorite set that they played at all of this was 2021. Here, let me show you what that looks like. Look at that. Look at that. That'll be that's 2021. Yes, and I did get that excited about it. Yeah. So that's one flavor. That's one flavor of this festival, right? That's one flavor, right? So right after this, you have Skrillex playing the last set on that main stage. And let me tell you, to this day, still one of my favorite sets in this entire, every time I've been there. This is going to be my 5th year. Check this out. Yes! Yes! That's me losing my mind, of course. Yes! Yeah, it's gonna be that crazy. I'm so excited. I am so excited that that I get to go back to Live Oak and party with a bunch of strangers. It's gonna be amazing. So, all right, so let's talk about this local story. We have Austin's Coffee moving. They are tearing down the old building. The building, that building has a lot of history for me. My last, I would say, serious relationship, I met her at Austin's Coffee. I met a bunch of buddies, guys that I consider dear friends of mine now, that I met at Austin's Coffee. It was a great place. It is a great place. It's moving. It's not going away, but it is moving. And while it is going to be the same people and or a lot of the same people and stuff like that, it is also not the same. It's not going to be the same. And it is a little heartbreaking. So, yeah, shout out to WKMG News 6 here in Orlando for this story.
For years now, the city of Winter Park has been trying to alleviate traffic here at the intersection of Fairbanks Avenue and Denning Drive. I'm community correspondent Paul Giorgio. That finally might be happening, but it comes at the cost of a small business that many say is a community treasure. In fact, customers even set up a campaign to help save and relocate the business. So I came here to see what makes Austin's Coffee so special.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Austin's Coffee Jazz Night, one of the last jazz nights, if not the last jazz night.
I should say that my time at Austin's Coffee was mostly during the Monday night hip-hop nights. So I would spend almost every Monday night watching a bunch of freestyle hip-hop heads just go up on stage, and of all different calibers, like people that are brand new, people that are seasoned vets. You had stars going in there. In fact, I have a video, I'm going to play it in a little bit, of Bushwick Bill of the Ghetto Boys just showing up and freestyling for 5 minutes. Now, I'm going to show you a clip of it. The rest of it is on my page, on my YouTube channel, but it is, you could see Bushwick Bill, or you could see somebody that right before him that had just started rapping. It was impressive. It was an impressive night of community. And I've actually DJ'd. I DJ'd probably 2 or 3 times. I DJ'd Hip Hop Night. It was fun, man. It was a good time. Very community oriented is the best way that I could put it. Shout out to RC, shout out to Kamo, shout out to Matt Hills, shout out to Isaac and Jordan. They all made that night what it was. Along with with everybody that showed up to to perform. So shout out to them, man. They were great people. They are great people. They haven't died. They are still here, thankfully.
To ever happen in this location.
You could say Austin's coffee shop is imperfect and unpolished. And that's the
I will say that sound system was awful. I hated that sound system.
maybe its legacy.
Oh, I lost my pick.
Different kinds of, people expressing themselves makes for a different, feeling each night.
There's
Every
a
night was
youthful
very different.
energy surrounded by well-worn patina.
Patina's a good word for it, yeah.
I like to call it your favorite cousin's garage that got turned into a coffee shop. Coffee's great. Coffee's great. Drinks are good too.
Notes of coffee and music have lingered in the air here for more than 2 decades.
It's such a great little spot, man. It is such a great little spot.
Bowling supplies right there. You got game boards behind us. Like, it's very much kind of built as a home.
I feel like there's just a lot of little hidden nooks and crannies that reveal something really cool about this place.
The building, no bigger than a New York City apartment,
I love the brick wall with all the different little notes.
has housed a community.
It's important because you can come to a place like this as an artist and get on stage.
And shout out Sean. Shout out Sean. I hope he's still owning part of it.
Get over the jitters.
Our first set ever was here at Austin's.
From music to comedy, every night of the week, this stage, barely a foot tall, has lifted aspiring artists.
It's hosted over 70,000 performers on this stage, okay?
That's
Over
true.
25 years of doing open mic nights all the time. The number
70,000.
But now, the tiny freestanding building is about to fall.
They're wanting to put in a turning lane to ease congestion.
I'm trying to be positive about the whole thing, but us moving was not necessary, okay? This building is fine.
Yeah.
It has to do with politics, okay?
Politics aside, imperfection may have been what sealed its fate. The building is too close to the road and stands in the way of construction. But when word got out, customers came to the rescue, starting a campaign to save Austin's.
I'm the spokesperson for friendsofAustins.com. Or friendsofAustins.org, sorry. It's saveaustins.com.
The nonprofit found a group of investors willing to save the business and move it down the road. I sat down with Richard Whitmer, one of the new owners. What do you think makes this place so special? Why do you think people were so drawn to it that they put out this campaign to save it?
I think everybody likes to feel like they're part of something. And at Austin's, we welcome everybody, so everybody can feel like they're part of something.
In a time where so many are disconnected, Austin's provides a touch of authenticity. People don't need perfection, they need interaction.
This is an antidote to that, okay? People are friendly here and talk to each other out of nowhere. You meet strangers.
It's just really cozy, really comfortable.
That's literally how I met some very, very good friends of mine.
CD.
For years, this is where artists have come to perfect their craft before moving on to bigger things. Maybe now it's Austin's turn.
I don't think the place matters as much as the people, and as long as the people go to the new location and they still have nights like jazz night or poetry night or other open mics, as long as they keep doing that, it's going to be the same.
It's like an unseasoned cast iron. Like, it'll still be good, but you have to re-season it,
It's going to live on in people's minds for a long
That's a great
time. The vibe
little
here will
analogy.
continue, yes.
Come to Austin's.
Hell yeah. I'm going to have to check out the new place, but it is definitely heartbreaking to see it go. So there is that. Let's see. Here's the video of Bushwick Bill of the Ghetto Boys playing at Austin's Coffee. Okay, it's very bad. Old cell phone footage. This is 9 years old. The Ghetto Boys are the ones. Damn, it feels good to be a gangster. That was them. That's the Ghetto Boys. He is 1/3 of the Ghetto Boys. Was 1/3 of the Ghetto Boys. He is no longer with us.
Never dreamed that I would be ordained into the ministry by 18. But after one trip to Houston to see my sis, my life forever changed. Get a hold of this. I met a man that says he's about to make me a rap superstar. Rest of history. Pick the next 16 bar. This is my story and it ain't no lie. From Bushwick, Brooklyn to my H-Town life. Seen the fame, seen the fortune, felt the nothing.
Yeah, so there you go. That's it was Bushwick Bill. Shout out Bushwick Bill. Apparently, the Tampa Bay Times did a piece on Full Sail University. This is 3 weeks ago. This is out of CBS. Actually, this is CBS Miami. So let's shout out CBS Miami.
Full Sail University is at the center of a newly unsealed whistleblower lawsuit. The Orlando area school is accused of a massive scheme involving fake jobs for graduates. So this is all according to that complaint, and it was initially filed last year. It claims the Los Angeles Film School and Full Sail University self-financed thousands of temporary employment opportunities for their graduates and did this through schemes with nonprofits and paid-off vendors.
Jesus.
The suit claims that by doing this,
with nonprofits,
employment requirements that are set by the federal government and also violated accrediting standards.
We just want you to hire a couple of our graduates. We'll tell you which ones. This isn't a real job, for just long enough so we can claim they're employed. And tell the accrediting agencies, look, this one got a job, even though the job is like 3 or 4 days long.
For-profit universities like Full Sail risk losing accreditation and federal financial aid if it fails to meet gainful employment standards.
Yep.
The lawsuit states Full Sail receives over $377 million in federal financial assistance per year, and that's for at least a decade. And nearly all federal funds resulted from fraud, with the school using taxpayer money to finance and facilitate temporary jobs. Now, Full Sail University is saying it empathetically denies the claims.
Emphatically, I think is what he meant. But yeah, no, look, hey, I will tell you from like the inside of the industry, Full Sail is not looked at in a great light. And not only that, but I had an intern. I've only had one good intern come out of Full Sail, and the guy ended up being a racist anyway. So, like, he was a good intern, he was a good worker, but he was a racist. Not that is Full Sail's fault, but like, I brought in interns, and not for nothing, even that's part of the reason why I was cool with working for Connecticut School of Broadcasting, because a lot of them, many of them, the ones that I took anyway, knew what the hell they were doing when they got behind the board, when they got in front of a microphone, when they got into the job. They're not as good at that. They're not as good at their job as they should have been after spending, 10 years ago, I guess it would have been, maybe a little less. It would have been over $90,000 in tuition and all that stuff. So Full Sail is not doing great as far as that goes, and this is just another, in my opinion, another nail in the coffin, I guess. I don't know. They've been around forever. And from what I remember, and this is not something that I can, I remember hearing, this is all hearsay, that kids that were getting employed in things that had nothing to do with the industry, they were considering that gainful employment. And so, yeah, so watching that happen and watching them get called out once again, I don't know how much good that's actually going to do. So I have friends that actually work at Full Sail, and there are people that I know from Full Sail who have gainfully been employed in LA, in New York, in major hubs, even locally, where they have been gainfully employed and they have had careers. But that is definitely not the majority of the people. That is definitely not the majority of the people. And it's beyond the fact that it's a tough industry, because it is a tough industry. I used to be the campus coordinator for the Connecticut School of Broadcasting, and I can tell you that it is a tough business it's a tough business in general, but even more so when you have all of that debt and you have to you really have to take whatever job you can. Like I said, there were people at the Taco Bell around the corner that were working there while or after leaving Full Sail, because you're not allowed to have a job. I don't know if that's still the case, but back in the day, they didn't even want you to have a job to be at Full Sail, because if you did, it would take away from your studies or what, I don't know, whatever. At the end of the day, it felt really, really, really scummy. So I'm glad that they're getting called out, and hopefully something happens with that. Hopefully something happens, but we don't see much change. And people have said that this No Kings rally version 2.0 that we did on Saturday, that it didn't do a lot. Well, let me tell you, it had 7 million people show up. And these are you can't have 7 million politically active people out there. Like, you're not going to have that. That's not normal. So what you had was 7 million normies that just see how bad things have gotten. 7 million normies all over the country. Orlando came out. 7 million, just to give you an idea. Orlando, I think, is like 2 million people. Orlando proper has like something like 2 million people. Like the Orlando area, I think. Don't quote me on that. 3.5 times the number of people in Orlando that were protesting nationwide. Wild, dude. Wild. And the melon felon talking about how it was an absolute failure and blah, blah, blah. Shut up. You're just mad because it actually shows that you are the least popular president that has ever presidented. So let's call it what it is. That was 7 million people. And keep in mind, you also had pride events. You also had other events going on that day. And even still, at least here locally, you had pride events. But even still, you had an obscene amount of people attend these No Kings version 2 V2 rallies. So shout out to all of you that went out there, and it is refreshing to see that at least 7 million of us can agree that this is unacceptable. What's happening right now is unacceptable, and maybe not all of you that went out are hip to what's going on in Palestine, what Israel is doing with their genocide. At this point, most Americans, this is out of Reuters, at this point, most Americans are in favor of a Palestinian state. Most Americans support U.S. recognition of a Palestinian state. This is a Reuters Ipsos poll. And let's see, 59% of Americans support U.S. recognition of Palestine statehood. 60% of respondents view Israel's Gaza response as excessive. And Trump's foreign policy approval rises to 38% post-ceasefire. Quote-unquote ceasefire. We're calling that a ceasefire. That's wild. They've broken the ceasefire a couple dozen times at this point. Killed already a bunch of Palestinians after this ceasefire. Get the fuck out of here with a ceasefire. That's a ceasefire like I'm about to fast and I'm about to go get Wendy's. That's about how much of a ceasefire that is. That ceasefire is about as real as my fasting starting before 10 o'clock today. It's fucking crazy. That's a bad analogy. Whatever. It doesn't matter. It's insane. And for those of you playing the home game without knowing what's going on, for those of you that are like, man, it's just so complicated. No, it's not complicated. It is not complicated at all. If you want to hear from a Palestinian, check out my conversation with my buddy Rami, who said it so well. He said, basically, and I know that he didn't bring this. He's the one that brought it up to me and what got me to start digging. Essentially, Palestinians in 1948, they started paying for European war crimes because the Notsees wanted to kick, believe it or not, the Notsees were Zionists. Zionism is something that the Notsees were into. because they just wanted them out of Germany and ultimately gone. And then, there was the final solution and all of that, which, ironically, now the Zionists are the ones doing that in occupied Palestine. So if you are, I'm going to leave it at this because I didn't write anything down. This is much more of a, let me test all of this equipment to see if this system is going to work. But ultimately, at the end of the day, this is just another occupation. It's just another colonial. Benjamin Netanyahu is Polish. Benjamin Milikowski. Oh, he was born in Tel Aviv, in occupied Palestine. I'm not even calling him Netanyahu anymore. I'm calling him Milikowski. If you want to be on the right side of history, on the correct side of history, you're going to want to look up this whole Palestine genocide that is happening by is not real. So, just a heads up, you don't want to be on the side of Zionists. Zionism is going to be looked at in the way we look at the Yahtzees today. Mark my words. Okay? And to is not real, get your hands off Lebanon. And off Palestine, but also Lebanon. Anyway, let's watch Axl Rose throw a microphone at his drummer. This is Axl Rose. This is one of those things that, I can't believe the balls that these artists, these 80s and 90s artists, 70s and 80s in this case, these guys are just so entitled and so, anyway, I'm not speaking about all of them, but this one in particular is famously an awful person to work with. Listen. What the hell, dude? Yo. There is no way that I would have let him get away with that. I'd have gotten off that throne and beat the hell out of that Axl Rose little bastard. My God, what a piece of garbage he is. Anyway, all right, it looks like everything is working nicely. I'm very happy about that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, my name is DJ Zwain. Thank you so much for hanging out. Tomorrow we're recording the Sanford Sit Down. We're going to talk about the smell of poop locally, as well as a few other things. So make sure and check it out. Follow me on social media at DJZOUAIN all over, and follow all the shows. It's the name of the shows. The Hijack The End, Sanford Sit Down, and Irreverent The End. I'll talk to you next time. Peace.